Prime Minister announces new cabinet and new structure. Datuk Sri Azam Baki succeeds Latifah Koya as MACC chief. Hello and good evening. I'm Mohan Priya. Welcome to News on 2. Perak Menteri Besar Datuk Sri Ahmad Faizal Azumu today announced that Parti Pribumi Bersatu Malaysia, UMNO and PAS have agreed to join forces to form a new state government. He said the decision was made after an agreement was reached with UMNO and PAS to form the Perikatan Nasional Coalition in Perak. Commenting further on the matter, Datuk Sri Ahmad Faizal said with this, the PN coalition in Perak now has a total of 32 seats in the State Legislative Assembly, which consists of 25 UMNO assemblymen, 4 Bersatu assemblymen and 3 PAS assemblymen.
Tetapi kita seharusnya tidak lupa kepada mereka-mereka yang telah pun menduduki kursi Exco mentadbir kerajaan negeri yang sepatutnya menjalankan tanggungjawab dan amanah kepada rakyat, tetapi lebih sibuk kepada usaha untuk menjatuhkan Menteri Besar dan juga kerajaan mereka sendiri.
The Perak Menteri Besar added that the new state Exco lineup will be discussed and decided by all the three parties after the audience with the Perak Sultan, Sultan Nazrin Muhyiddin Shah. He also explained that the decision to form the new government with PN is aligned with the decision of the party at the federal level. Meanwhile, 2 DAP assemblymen and 1 from Amanah have resigned from their respective parties to pledge their support to the new Perikatan Nasional Perak State Administration. In a joint press conference, Tronoh assemblyman Paul Yong Chu Keong, Buntung assemblyman A. Sivasubramaniam and Titi Serong assemblyman Hasnul Zulkarnain Abdul Munaim said they resigned to become independents, backing the Perikatan's Menteri Besar.
Dan atas sebab itu kita buat keputusan untuk keluar parti dan kita akan sokong Menteri Besar supaya hak rakyat di kawasan masing-masing di kawasan kita di Buntung, di Tronoh dan juga Gunung Semanggu, Titi Serong dan juga di negeri Perak secara amnya rakyat hak mereka dapat dipelihara.
Yong also purported that many projects in their respective constituencies would be suspended if they chose to be the opposition. With this, the current alignment in Perak would give PN 32 seats versus the 23 that PH still retained in the State Assembly. On another note, Lindu Assemblyman Datuk Sulaiman Mat Ali from Barisan Nasional has been appointed as the new Chief Minister of Melaka. State Secretary Datuk Sri Hasim Hassan made the announcement shortly before Datuk Sulaiman was sworn in as the state's 12th Chief Minister in front of the Yang di-Pertuan Negeri Melaka Tun Dr. Muhammad Khalil Yaakob at Dewan Sri Utama, Yang di-Pertuan Negeri Melaka's office in Air Keroh at 3:45 p.m. today. Datuk Sulaiman, 54, who is also Melaka UMNO Secretary, replaces Adli Zahari, who was appointed Chief Minister on 11th May 2018. On 2nd March, Tun Dr. Muhammad Khalil received representations that Adli no longer commanded the confidence of the majority of assemblymen of the 28-seat State Assembly, leading to the Yang di-Pertuan Negeri Melaka having to appoint another assemblyman as the new Chief Minister. Penanti Assemblyman Dr. Nurlela Arifin from PKR has been elected as the Pulau Pinang State Executive Council member in charge of handling health, agriculture and agro-based industries and rural development. This was confirmed by Pulau Pinang Chief Minister Chow Kon Yeow. The Chief Minister said Dr. Nurlela from PKR will be sworn in on Thursday at Sri Mutiara, the Governor's official residence. Dr. Nurlela Arifin will be replacing former Pulau Pinang State Executive Councillor or EXCO, Dr. Afif Baharuddin, who vacated the post last week. Chow earlier said that Dr. Afif's resignation was accepted during an EXCO meeting, adding that this would not affect his position as Seberang Jaya Assemblyman. Dr. Nurlela, born in 1963, holds a Bachelor of Business degree from Indiana University, Bloomington, USA, Master's degree from University of North Texas, and Doctor of Philosophy from University of Sussex, United Kingdom. The Prime Minister's office announced that Datuk Sri Azam Baki has been appointed as the new head of the Malaysian Anti-Corruption Commission, MACC. The PMO said the Yang di-Pertuan Agong has consented to Datuk Sri Azam's appointment and to Latifah Koya's resignation from the post. Datuk Sri Azam is said to have more than 30 years' experience serving with the anti-corruption body. In a statement released today, the PMO said the Yang di-Pertuan Agong had also consented to shorten the contract of Latifah Koya as MACC Chief Commissioner effective today. The government greatly thanks Latifah for her service to the nation throughout the time she held the post of MACC Chief Commissioner. Latifah submitted her resignation last week following in the footsteps of Tan Sri Tommy Thomas, who departed as the Attorney General shortly after Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad stepped down as the Prime Minister. Datuk Sri Azam had been Latifah's deputy and was the acting chief of the MACC prior to his confirmation today. Bank Muamalat Malaysia Sdn Berhad has signed a Memorandum of Understanding or MOU with the Kota Bharu Municipal Council Islamic City or MPKB BRI to develop small and medium enterprises or SMEs in Kelantan. Its Business Banking Executive Vice President Nur Hamida Abu Bakar said the partnership was an extension of the SME strategic collaboration with Sirim Berhad under the Sirim Fraunhofer financing program, in which the bank played a role in financing the SMEs involved. PKB BRI was represented by its chief Muhammad Azmi Noor at the signing of the MOU, while the event was witnessed by Bank Muamalat Chief Executive Officer Khairul Kamardin and MPKB Secretary Muhammad Harif Ghazali. Hamida said Bank Muamalat also welcomed the cooperation of other parties, especially government agencies, in developing the SMEs. She said SMEs are the backbone of Malaysia's economy, contributing 37% of the country's gross domestic product. She also said the government has already introduced various development and support programs for SMEs, including promoting the use of technology to increase productivity. There are currently 46,618 SMEs in Kelantan, of which 94% are involved in the construction, mining and agriculture sectors. Datuk Rizal Mansor, a former aide to Datin Sri Rosmah Mansor, has been put under witness protection program. Now, this was revealed when he appeared in court to be verified by another witness, Datuk Ahmad Farik Zainul Abidin, while the latter was giving his statement. Instead of appearing through a door at the back of the court where witnesses normally appear through, Datuk Rizal came through a front door, which is typically reserved for court staff and is far away from the accused dock and public gallery. Datin Sri Rosmah's lawyer, Datuk Jagjit Singh, raised the matter to the High Court Judge Muhammad Zaini Mazlan, saying it does not give a good impression. Deputy Public Prosecutor Ahmad Akram Garib said he did not know how this happened, but revealed to the court that Datuk Rizal is under witness protection and was escorted by a police officer, which may explain why he came through a different door. Prime Minister Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin just now unveiled a cabinet that will feature several senior ministers, doing away with Malaysia's convention of appointing a deputy premier. The leader of the week-old Perikatan Nasional or PN government presented a lineup of ministers for the King's consent in the morning before briefing all parliamentarians from his coalition at his residence in the afternoon. The senior ministers are Datuk Sri Muhammad Azmin Ali, who will take charge of the Ministry of International Trade and Industry, Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, Defence Ministry, Tengku Datuk Sri Zafrul Tengku Abdul Aziz will be in charge of the Finance Ministry, Works Minister is Datuk Sri Haji Fadilah Yusof, while Dr. Muhammad Radzi Muhammad Jidin will take over the Education Ministry. Among the other new ministers are Datuk Sri Saifuddin bin Abdullah, who will take over as the Communications and Multimedia Minister. Datuk Sri Hishamuddin Tun Hussein takes over the latter's previous post at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, while Datuk Sri Hamzah Zainuddin is the Home Minister. Khairi Jamaluddin is the Minister of Science, Technology and Innovation. Datuk Sri Dr. Adham Baba, Health Minister. Datuk Sri Hajah Nancy Shukri is in charge of the Tourism, Arts and Culture Ministry, while Datuk Sri Rizal Merican will take over the Youth and Sports Ministry. Other new ministers are Datuk Sri Dr. Wee Ka Siong, Transport Ministry, Datuk Tuan Ibrahim Tuan Man, Environment, Datuk Sri Saravanan, Human Resources, Tan Sri Anwar Musa, Federal Territories, Datuk Sri Rina Harun, Women and Family, Datuk Dr. Noraini Ahmad, Higher Education, Datuk Dr. Abdul Latif is in charge of the Rural Development Ministry, Datuk Alexander Nata Lingi, KPD and HEP, Zuraida Kamaruddin, Housing and Local Government, Datuk Halimah Sadiq, National Unity. Ministers in the Prime Minister's Department are Datuk Sri Mustafa Muhammad, Datuk Sri Muhammad Ridwan Yusof, Datuk Taqiyuddin Hassan, Datuk Sri Dr. Haji Zulkifli Muhammad Al-Bakri and Datuk Sri Dr. Maximus Ongkili. Now, the Kuantan Magistrates Court in Pahang today fined a housewife 6,000 ringgit in default 6 months jail for insulting the modesty of a police officer through a video on her Instagram account about 2 months ago. Magistrate Nur Izzati Zakaria meted out the fine on Aini Shana Ismail, 23, who pleaded guilty to the charge. The woman from Felda Leparhile 3, Gambang, was charged with insulting the modesty of Inspector Faisal Basri at the Kuantan Police Headquarters at 4:30 a.m. last 12th January. She was alleged to have uttered the inappropriate words against the police officer in a video recording through IG stories under the account name Nana Beauty, which belonged to her. The charge under Section 509 of the Penal Code provides an imprisonment for up to 5 years or fine or both upon conviction. In mitigation, Aini Shanina, unrepresented, said her husband earns only 800 ringgit a month as a plantation worker and they have 2 children. A Deputy Public Prosecutor Ker Ki In prosecuted while the woman paid the fine. The Royal Malaysian Customs Department managed to foil smuggling attempt of cigarettes and alcohol worth about 6.5 million ringgit from 25th February to 4th March. Its Assistant Director General of Enforcement, Datuk Johari Alfiah, said the Customs Department conducted the raids in 3 locations in northern Perak and Pulau Pinang. Johari said the seizure was made at the North-South Expressway near Alo Pongsu, along the exit ramp of Juru Toll Plaza and Gunung Semanggol Rest and Service area. Datuk Johari said the department also arrested 2 men aged in their 20s and 40s in the operation.
Ini bukan tax stamp, ada tax stamp. Keseluruhan barang-barang rokok minuman keras ini adalah dalam anggaran ringgit Malaysia 6.5 juta ringgit. Bagi 2 kes, yang pertama yang kedua, jumlah batang rokok putih yang dirampas adalah lebih kurang 5.6 juta batang. Minuman keras adalah 11,000 tin atau lebih kurang 6,000 liter.
Datuk Johari said the case is being investigated under Section 135, subsection 1E of the Customs Act 1967.
Dengan ini adalah
Now, the Terengganu Road Transport Department, or RTD, had issued 114 summons since the beginning of February until yesterday. Its director, Zulkarnain Yassin, said out of the numerous offences recorded during the period, 71 motorcyclists were found to have been riding their motorcycles without crash helmets, while 14 motorists were found to have been driving without valid licences.
Peningkatan ni lebih kepada budaya, saya nampak budaya ikutan dan kita sebenarnya kita kerap mengadakan rondaan pengawasan sebagainya, tapi sikaplah lebih kepada sikap tidak ambil berat mengenai peraturan yang kita terapkan.
According to Zulkarnain, the operations were conducted to ensure that motorcyclists adhere to traffic regulations, which is the main focus of Terengganu RTD. He said that the Seberang Takir coastal route from the drawbridge heading to Sultan Mahmud Airport has been identified as one of the hotspots where motorcyclists were often found to be riding without helmets. A man was burnt to death when his trailer collided with a lorry and burst into flames at kilometre 126 of Jalan Jerangau, Jabor in Kemaman early today. Now, the accident happened at about 5:15 a.m. when a lorry belonging to a courier service company, which was heading towards Jerangau from Jabor, veered into the path of an oncoming lorry laden with sawn timber. Kemaman District Police Chief Superintendent Hanyan Ramlan said the accident happened when a courier lorry from the opposite direction lost control and crashed with the trailer and caught fire. The driver of the trailer, laden with sawn timber, Megat Raza Mat Juso, 53, and his attendant, Megat Hanif Iqbal Megat Raza, 22, was heading towards Jabor from Jerangau. The timber lorry driver, who was trapped in a seat, was burnt to death, while his attendant was rescued by passers-by. The impact also caused the courier lorry driver, Sharullah Abdul Salam, 38, to be thrown out of his vehicle. The two of them who sustained injuries were sent to Kemaman Hospital for treatment. And that concludes this evening's News on 2. In our top story, Prime Minister announces new cabinet and new structure. Join us again at 12:30 tomorrow afternoon. I'm Mohana Priya. Thanks for watching.